Coming into an industry where you're kind of reliant on external things, you're relying on the comments of other things, you may be persuaded to believe that there's going to be a grind. And there's something so powerful about your mind, is that whatever your mind perceives, it believes, meaning your perception creates your reality, even if it's not true. And this is going to apply even more so with younger loan officers, people who are just getting licensed and coming into the game. Because imagine, like, when you were a kid, right? And I'm talking about baby kid, like when you were a baby coming up and you were a small kid, like from the age 0 to 7 years old. When you were young, the only thing that you had to do was really rely on external factors. So you look to your elders, you look to your parents of how to act, how to walk. And so this is how you're essentially coming into the industry. It's like you're a newborn baby again, bro. And so you're reliant on studying things. This is just how the human brain learns, right? This is how we learn best, is to kind of be engaged and be inside the environment. Now, here's one thing that I'm going to share with you that's really going to change the course of your career, as long as you understand it and you actually apply it. For example, if a baby came into a very rich family, right? They're going to, even if that baby was a complete numbskull, like the lowest IQ you can imagine, just straight stupid, that baby is still, the chances are super high that they're still going to grow up to become a wealthy person. Why? Is because they were embedded that way. They studied and actually were influenced by the actions and the habits of wealthy people. But on the flip side, if a baby came into a poverty-stricken family, maybe a family who didn't live in the nice suburbs, but they grew up in the ghetto, everything was all about contraction, everything was all about frugalness and thrift, right? That baby is going to observe and actually adapt to the habits of poverty, of limitations. And so more than likely, the chances are super high that that baby is going to grow up to become also poor. That's ultimately how we differentiate ourselves from animals, is we have what's called a subconscious. This subconscious is operating at all times. And how you know your subconscious operating is because you've molded yourself to be the way you are today, the way you act, the way you talk, the people you choose to hang out with, where you are most comfortable at, the environments you're most comfortable with, the music that you listen to. These are things that you subconsciously adopted because of your environment. And so I want to tell you that, because if you understand that lesson, that your environment is really going to determine your outcome. And if you're walking into an environment where everyone is poverty stricken in a sense because they're seeing the results of the market dwindle, or they're in contraction mode because they just went through 2-3 years of massive income earning, and then all of a sudden the income just substantially dropped, right? So they're in this panic mode. But if you come in and that's the only environment you know, well, guess what? You're gonna be like the baby who comes in within that poverty-stricken family. And that environment is gonna determine your ultimate outcome.